wonderful episode of No Party Preferences. Well, no party preference, I guess. There's no S on the end of this one. But anyways, my name's Josh. I'm here today with good buddy Adam.
Greetings.
And, now that the fucking election is over, we're going back to fucking not, like, talking about super specific politics. Like, I want to talk about broad things. But today I do want to talk about something, specific. The next episode we're going to talk about tariffs, because I have some interesting things I learned about tariffs. And I just felt like sharing it with the audience. But today we're going to talk about Alex Jones and how I think he is a fucking traitor.
Okay.
But it's not, and I'm telling you right now, it's not for the reason that people are going to think that I'm saying he's a traitor. But anyways, we'll get to it. But before we do, if you could, help us out. Go to Game Rage Magazine on YouTube. We only need 18 more. Wait, let me just make sure that the number is still correct. 18 subscribers. 18 subscribers. Give me the fucking number. Give me the number. Overview. It's not giving me the number. We need 18 subscribers, all right? That's it. Just 18. It's not a big number. It's pretty manageable. It's pretty doable. Yeah, 18. Fuck. God, we have 587 videos published to YouTube right now.
Is that good?
That's a lot. I'm just saying it's a lot. I don't know if it's good, but it's a lot. Anyways, go to YouTube, Game Rage Magazine. Also, follow us on Instagram and TikTok, Game Rage Magazine, Twitter/X, Game Rage Mag. You can follow Adam at All Gas No Trash Official on Instagram and go check out the All Gas No Trash podcast. I think I'm going to take my jacket off because I feel I'm getting already heated and worked up on this anyways. But also, if you like anime and manga, you can go to anime_syndicate_podcast. And you can follow Frank there. Check out the Anime Syndicate podcast. All right. So, Alex Jones. Let's get to this motherfucker right here. All right. Now, I've been following Alex Jones for, I don't know, I want to say probably over 20 years, like since the late 90s and shit.
Jesus.
Like since I'm an Alex Jones, or I should say I was, or have been an Alex Jones mark. And
fuck, I didn't even know he was active that fucking long, dude.
Yeah, dude, he's been doing shit since like let me just look it up real quick because I'm just curious how long InfoWars has been around. But
how the fuck? Was this a satellite program? Like a satellite radio program?
He's been on like the regular radio. He started
How the fuck did you listen to him?
Because he was on the radio. He would be on what do you call it? Like AM radio. Like I don't remember back in the 90s what fucking stations he was on.
Oh, okay, all right.
But
whatever.
he was working. Yeah, he was working in 1996. He started doing his radio show. So, yeah, 99. Yeah, so it's been like the late 90s. InfoWars started in like 99-ish. 98, 99. So, basically, I've been listening to that shit since like almost the beginning. And I like conspiracy theories, man. Like, because he was of that vein of like Art Bell with the Coast to Coast, like that's on like AM 640 or whatever
Never
at
listened
night.
to it.
Oh. Like at night, Coast to Coast, it's like conspiracy theories. It's a little more, I feel like it's a little more entertainment based because it's got to do with, it's more aliens and like fucking witches and vampires and Bigfoot and like all that weird shit, right? That I love.
All right. Was any of those guys the one that had somebody call in and there was like this dude crying and it was about that aliens existed? It was like a 15-minute call and then it just abruptly ends.
Yeah, I think that was Art Bell. Because he had a lot of those people that would call in and be like, saying that they're government, operatives or people and they have information and they know things and they...
Yeah.
That was what was entertaining about that show. But, Alex Jones didn't necessarily have shit like that. He would be out there trying to, like, expose things that were more... at the beginning that were more realistic, like government corruption, the whole Illuminati... New World Order, right? That's like what he's been trying to expose. And so one of the things that I fucking loved about Alex Jones was that his shit was like nonpartisan. Like in the late 90s, he was going after fucking Clinton, right? in the 2000s, he was going after Bush. The war in Iraq, all that stuff. He was 9/11, heavy fucking 9/11 conspiracy theories about, the Bushes and all this stuff. Obama went after Obama. And then but when it started to change, like, he changed his fucking values for Trump. And, like, this has nothing to do with whether I like or dislike Trump. It's the fact that at least, like, you used to be able to count on Alex Jones to question everybody. Like, he didn't shill for anyone. It didn't matter who you were. He was just anti-fucking government and anti-establishment, right? Like, he just in general. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if this, like, Sandy Hook thing fucking got him or whatever. And, like, now that he's going bankrupt or what have you, he needs to fucking hang his hat somewhere to get money. But
maybe he found out where the money was for his audience. Maybe,
but shilling, he's been having a career for 20 years not shilling for fucking presidential candidates. And I felt personally betrayed. Now, what sucks is most of the people that listen to him, yeah, like the type of shit that conspiracy theories and shit, that's all people that follow fucking Donald Trump, right? So, like, obviously those people are fucking ecstatic that he probably picked a side, right? Whereas that was the thing that I followed him for, was because he didn't take fucking questions or answers that the government gave just because, oh yeah, it's the government, right? This is my guy. Most political, shows or whatever, oh, when it's their guy or gal in office, oh, they're not gonna, everything's fine, guys, everything's great. They're not questioning things, they just go with the narrative. Whereas when it's not their person in office, oh, they question it. Then they become actual real journalists and start questioning things, right? Alex Jones never fucking really had that up until Trump came into play. And it's kind of, I mean, so far to say that, like, now Alex Jones is trying to push to become the press secretary for Trump, right? Which I don't know if that's going to happen or not, or how realistic that is. But from hearing a guy go from talking about how the government did 9/11, right? And the Bohemian Grove and the fucking Illuminati, and how the government is just these rich fat cats that are in this private club. And then to essentially be turned out as a shill for one of those Illuminati fat cat rich guys at the end of it, it just sucks, man. It's treachery. It's fucking treason against your people. It's treason against your morals. And it's treason against the things that you've said and been espousing in the past. So I have decided that now that we no longer have an impartial bastion for fucking questioning the government, that I think that now we need to take up that mantle of being the one who questions the government regardless of who's in charge. Because we don't really have that anymore. Everybody's on a side. Everybody's like, oh, the left guy's in, cool, we're going to be cool with, we're not going to question it. Oh, but when the right guy's in, we're going to fucking question everything they do. Oh, when the right guy's in, oh, cool, we're not going to say shit because we like this guy. Oh, we're not going to question shit. We're just going to do what they say and not question anything. And then we're going to fucking, when the other team gets in, we're going to fucking blast them and push to do real journalism and investigative reports and find out about all the corruption that's happening. Because it just saddens me that someone who essentially was, a person who didn't go with the status quo and, like I've been saying, questioned everything, now this dude's just a shill. Like, there was always those memes about how Alex Jones was like a government agent or whatever. He was like a plant. And sure, maybe. But at the end of the day...
Well, now he is. I mean, possibly.
For sure. 100% he is now that he's fucking shilling for Trump, or that he's been shilling for Trump. I think it's proven that he's a plant, or that he's a fucking, a government operative or whatever. And it just sucks, man. It just sucks because to have followed somebody for so long and then to have seen, like, essentially this downfall of partialness, I guess, or impartiality, just to see it go away kind of sucks. Because, again, that's what at least I took out of it, was questioning everybody regardless of affiliation. Now, that's gone. That shit doesn't exist anymore. and it fucking saddens me.
I think it does, but not to the magnitude that of more mainstream media. Because there's grassroots journalism, there's local blogs or publications that exist that that don't. I mean, they're more funded by crowdsourcing from different people that are willing to donate towards these things, but they're never going to be. They're never gonna end up being as big as CNBC or
CNN
or Fox News or anything like that.
And it's because those organizations are funded by one side or the other, right? And they want to hear what they want to hear, and they don't want to hear what they don't want to hear.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find that, it's definitely not going to exist in mainstream. Not that I'm saying Alex Jones was considered part of mainstream media, but I would say he was, I don't know if he was the biggest, but he was maybe the loudest voice that used to exist that didn't just accept things for what they were. And now just accepting things as they are because his buddy is in, man, that's just kind of fucking, and maybe I'll be proven wrong. Maybe Alex Jones will turn around and go, hey, wait a minute. Maybe he'll see something and then he'll do the right thing again and go back to questioning things regardless of political affiliation or regardless of if it's your buddy or not. And I will say this too, like if I was, or if we had a friend who was in political office right now, let's say, and they got in, hey man, cool, congratulations, like that's great. But man, I'm telling you right now, like if they did some fucking sketchy shit and we didn't get to benefit from it, we're fucking blowing the whistle, all right? We're fucking gonna be here talking about it and saying, hey man, you shouldn't have fucking done this. Look at this corruption that's going on. Now, I say that, jokingly about us not benefiting from it, but I do feel very strongly about this type of stuff, and like I wouldn't take bribery money to cover up like government shit because I hate the government. So I don't think that if like I said, if our friend was in and did some shit, we would be calling it out. We wouldn't be like, oh, that's just our buddy, so we're gonna let it ride. And I do agree with you that I think at the grassroots and the local levels, there are some people still, and people like us who are not, like, we're not bought and paid for by anybody because no one buys or pays for this shit. So it's like, there's no way we can be bought and paid for. No one buys us any of this. So we get to, tell the truth, or objectively tell the truth, or expose the things or talk about the things that we want to talk about. And one of the good examples of that, of us being able to do that, was that whole situation with, the baseball thing, when we were doing the thing about the two schools, and we just kept looking into shit, and we were like, oh man, look at this, and look at that, and oh shit. Like, we just went down this rabbit hole and uncovered like all this kind of bullshittery. Yes, technically on both sides, but it's like, oh, we're not going to like underplay one thing that the side that we liked did just because, okay, yeah, whatever, they did this, okay, who cares? They did it, it's out there, it is what it is. Like, everybody else was doing it. We're not saying they didn't do it. So, I don't know, and I think that's a good example of what we bring to the table when it comes to our, I don't want to say responsibilities because I don't know if it's a responsibility. I don't know if like having the ability to do this automatically makes you have a responsibility to do it like properly or with morals or whatever. I don't know if I know that's true, but I think that's what you can at least expect from us. And we're not, listen, if we're going to betray you, we would come out and say, hey, this guy gave us a lot of money, so we're going to no longer say, we're going to cover up their crimes. All right. Like, we at least be honest with you. I'd at least say, hey, we're just going to cover this shit up from now on because we got money. We're sponsored by fucking Trump. So we're not going to, hey, Alex Jones gave us some money, so we're not going to talk shit about him anymore. Like, I don't know. I'd at least do that if that were to happen. But anyways, I just think that there's not a lot of options, I guess, for people to get truly unbiased like news, especially in the main scene now. And granted, sure, maybe Alex Jones was already biased to begin with because he wanted to find something bad. He wanted to find fucking government corruption. So like maybe he was confirming his own biases. And that's maybe how he got in trouble with fucking this whole Sandy Hook thing. By trying to confirm his own biases or whatever. And who knows? But anyways, I still think he's a bitch and he's a fucking traitorous cunt. And I'm telling you right now, listen, I know he's an old ass man, so I'm not trying to beat up old men, but if I saw Alex Jones on the street, I'd be throwing down right now. I'd be throwing hands. Be throwing hands for what he did to me and betraying me. So, anyways, you got anything else?
I think, I mean, it's difficult already because when it comes to news or things people have interest in, especially when it comes to taking or having criticisms about the government or just in general about the general sentiment of this country, people don't want to read either.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, you already see when it comes to newspapers, it's not an extinct medium because there are people that buy newspapers, but you see online that you have to pay. They're begging. They're fucking begging.
Yeah, it's like $1.99 for 6 months.
For 6 months, dude. That's how bad it is that journalists can't get paid for doing a service, a public service to, American citizens to report on things that are happening. They're not getting paid for it. No fucking wonder they started leaning into the Trump shit.
Yeah.
Whether they liked them or not, they didn't give a shit. And I think that's part of, this
selling.
It doesn't matter whether they were affiliated with him or not. I think they saw an opportunity to make money because that was the thing that everybody was tuning into. And that's probably like to the detriment to newspapers that, again, people are not interested in reading that shit, but they'd rather see it on television or whatever. But I think objective journalism has been sacrificed for clickbait and a quick cash grab to sell the news in a bombastic or what do you call it, a sensationalized way, and especially in this time, because this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity to capitalize on this type of situation. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen 4 years after the fact that Trump is president, but the opportunity for newspapers or publications to make money is right now. So maybe that they sacrifice like actual legitimate pursuits of like critiques about the government. They're like, oh, fuck all that. We'll just grab onto whatever is going on around Trump and his people or whatever. And that's what's going to sell for now. So that's what we got to do. And maybe the people at the bottom that are doing actual objective journalism, like I said, that are going out reporting stories and shit in the most legitimate fashion, maybe those stories aren't fucking that interesting or people don't care. But I mean, shit, man, I think that's demoralizing to journalists and people in general. And maybe that's why you get more people like Alex Jones that decide to pick a side or maybe there's money in that shit. Maybe there's no, because obviously journalists are fucking struggling. So it's like, well, fuck it. I might as well just write fluff pieces or highly opinionated pieces if it's going to get me somewhere.
Yeah, and that's what sucks. Like that's what sucks about the whole situation, because now you're, like you said, we're sacrificing that type of journalism for this new fluff generation. I don't know. And also, like you said, people don't fucking want to read, so that kind of kills it. Also, it's almost better to fucking make a TikTok news account now, and be on TikTok. Oh, this happened. Blah blah blah. This happened. I mean, those motherfuckers, those people that do that, they make tons of fucking shit. And then the difference is, they're presenting themselves as a legitimate news source, but they're also inserting 100% mostly their opinions and reporting on the things that they want to report on, right?
Yeah, and there are journalistic standards that exist that one should abide by. Like, you can look them up. It's like a universal thing. I mean, it's not like a certificate that you earn. It's just the principles in journalism that you should abide by. And like, I wonder if there's a better way to do it. I wonder if people just doing their own research and then going on TikTok, spouting out possibly not mistruths, but maybe they're presenting information in a misguided way.
Yeah.
Like,
or it's misleading.
Or what if you have a team of people? Like, what if an influencer, instead of doing their own research, they actually have a party of people that are third party that objectively look into a subject, and then they're the ones, because if it's really about the personality thing and people gravitate toward this person because of their personality, shit, man, maybe that's the way to go for the future for news. If I don't know any big people as far as like streamers go, but if there is one that exists, imagine if they took the responsibility and were actually serious about talking about the news on their streams and shit, and they actually have like a third party looking into sources and things like that, and they're like, well, here's the truth about this thing, and it's people are interested enough because they like this person, but they're also giving them the things that they need that they've looked into or had somebody else look into, that's been verified and all this shit. Like, I don't know, maybe that's the new way to do the news.
Maybe. Well, and that's kind of like the whole reason why I kind of started this show. Well, it was to bitch about the government, but also to give people, like, you know, the thing about like types of government, like those, to give them things that are objective facts, and then also be like, oh, hey, by the way, here's my opinion about things, and this sprinkle in with here's my opinion. You'll know where my opinion kicks in, and you'll know where the indisputed, like, you could Google this shit on Wikipedia and find out the facts of like what this situation is, right? So I don't know, but anyways, it's a sad day for the world. It's a sad day for Alex Jones. It's a sad day for us all. So that's fuck that guy. Anyways, you got anything else to add for this? All right, cool. Well, that'll about do it for us. Fucking if you disagree, let us know. Go to YouTube, where you can like, comment, and subscribe. Also on social media, Game Rage Magazine, Instagram and TikTok, Game Rage Mag, Twitter/X. You can follow Adam at All Gas No Trash Official. And that'll be it. Catch you guys on the next one.